Welcome back to part two. I am not sure yet what part one is named, so if you're picking up this message, it is part two to a former message. I don't know what the title is as yet, but I'm sure they'll be coming out the same day, so just pay attention. So if you see this one, you can either finish watching it or go to part one and then come back, or however you would like to do it. But yeah, it's like the camera cut off, and it's always when things are getting juicy. So I finished where I was talking about sometimes you're in a connection, a relationship, and somebody think that by leaving you they can find somebody who is better, and so they will even try to teach that other person to dress. They try to dress them like you, they want them to talk like you and all of these things, but they can't be like you. And even if they're wearing the same clothes design that you're wearing, it doesn't look the same. For a lot of them, it may look like when you just throw something on a hanger, because again, different body shape, different size. So again, a lot of people, they're willing to do a lot of things. So a lot of people, we're talking about you're irreplaceable. And for a lot of you, when you were with these people, they did not appreciate you, maybe because the way you think, the way you believe things. A lot of you were awakened or coming into your awakening as well. And it's like these people wanted you to conform. It's like they wanted you to drop who you are. It's like, for you to be our friend, you can't think that way. You can't talk that way. And so for a lot of you, it takes, or it will take courage for you to move away from those friendships. Again, you have to choose. They already made a choice. It's like, which side are you on? And sometimes you may say you're not going to choose, but not to choose, you're still making a decision. You're still choosing. So it's like you were tired of wearing the facade, wearing the mask. You couldn't be who you were authentically around certain people. And so, yeah, when you left, or when you will leave these people, when you will decide and stand up for yourself, like, no, this is not working for me, you're tired of whatever it is, then yes, they're going to realize that you're irreplaceable, because you are the gift. All along, they mishandled you. So divine is proud of you. So yes, get ready to receive. Be open, because again, to whom much is given, much is required. And for a lot of you, you have done the work. You are doing the work. You have been divine. Recognize your effort. You've been faithful to the cause. Yes, you're tired. Yes, it's a uphill battle, and all of this highs and lows. But it's like you stayed true to the course. You did not give up. You did not give in. And so, yes, be ready to receive. Be open. Like I shared in the other video, some of you, you're going to get something new. And for each of you, it varies. It depends on what you've been praying for, the desires of your heart. God is getting ready to bless you in a tremendous way, because for a lot of you, the chains are broken from off of your life. Whatever the restrictions and the limitations that were placed either by yourself, believing you can't do it, you're not enough, you're not strong enough, you're not brave enough, that's broken, is shattered. Whether it's people who place illusions or lies over you. And below here, we have betrayal. So for a lot of you, you've had people who betrayed you in different ways. And so by these chains that are broken, or they're getting ready to break off of your life, because again, for a lot of you, you know your worth now. You know your self-worth. You know your value. You're priceless. You're far above rubies. And you've been selling yourself short by staying in these little clusters of low vibrational groupies and posses, small thinkers. You realize, no, now you know who you are. And so with this vibration, the higher you go, then the more chains are broken. And the more chains are released off of your life, then the freer you are to fly. Then it's more possibilities to accomplish your dreams. Because you drop the dead weight, you drop the baggages, you drop the zeros. And now you know who your hero is. The hero, it lies within you. The hero. A lot of you, when you go through all of these tumultuous relationships, backstabbing, lying, it is really meant for us to go within to do the work, to realize that everything that we've been looking outside of ourselves to others for, it's actually within us. None of us came here unfinished. God placed everything inside of us. Everything. So with the betrayals, it says keys on a ring, one night stand, many options, decisions, unconventional, string-alongs. So for a lot of you, it could have been relationships. People had you as an option, or they treated you as an option. It's like you're not valuable. And so for a lot of you, you're realizing, I deserve the best. I am love. I deserve love. Again, you are the gift. And it's like, this is what a lot of you, again, this is confirmation for some of you. Some of you, this is what you will come to realize too, is that once you put your foot down, it's like you call judgment on your situation and you realize, you know what? I deserve better. I deserve better. You're not going to be any side piece. You're not going to tolerate these third parties. You're not gonna, it's better to have a piece of man. It's like you deserve your own man or own woman. You're not willing to share. It's like you know your worth. Your vibration raised, then once your vibration is high, once you're not on that level anymore, even if you're in the same building, you're on different floors. That's not who you are anymore. And so you could have been betrayed, whether it's romantic, platonic, business relationships, because people just thought that, it's like they could come and pick you up and use you whenever they feel like. It's like you're a gas station. When they need a fill up, then they come. You're the doormat. They can wipe their foot on you. And again, it's like for a lot of you, knowing your worth is seeing how far you've come in your own life. And then you have these like fly by night, it's like some of these, they're not even worthy to tie the lace on your shoes. And it's like you lower the bar so much that it's like you're allowing a chihuahua to lead you. And this is when you know that things are going back way. It's like putting the carriage in front of the horse. It's like you have somebody who, like I said, they're not there. They're not at your level. And a lot of these people too, again, you are given to them. So this is how you know something is wrong, when you're given to people and yet still they are treating you as if you are nothing, as if they are the ones doing you a favor. This is when you know something is radically wrong. So you've had a lot of betrayals. People who disregarded you, who didn't think that you're worth investing in, worth settling down for. But I'm telling you, none but ourselves can free our mind, like Bob Marley's song goes. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. So even for a lot of you, a lot of us, you've come across messages where people are saying, don't settle. You deserve better. Look at the people around you, how they're treating you. Is that really love? And you may not be ready to accept those messages. It may be a triggering for you. It may be triggering for you. But it's like once you are ready, and you say that prayer seriously to God, I can't take this anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. I can't live this way. I prefer to restrain myself, my flesh. Yes, God will show up and show out for you. And it's like whatever the toxic behavior that you have or we have or been engaging in, God will give you a distaste for that. You won't be attracted to that person, the place, or thing anymore. You lose that urge to be in that environment. It's like you look at those things or that person, and when they come back and want the same thing, it's like it's despicable, disgusting. It's like almost like you wake up and you're like, oh my goodness, I really allow myself to be this for so long. Sometimes it's out of fear. Sometimes it's out of an illusion too, because a lot of these toxic people, karmic people, they come into your life, and like I said, a lot of these people, normally it's kind of like you it's like if they were going through like confirmation before I even talk. It's like if they were going through like a monitor for screening, they would not pass the test. They would not pass the test. And even if they took all their clothes and shoes off, it's like the machine would still keep going off, because it's like they don't belong. They should have never been in your life in the first place. They are not worthy to be, but there's something about us too when we don't know our worth. And some of these people, when they come in your life and they use even magic, obeah, voodoo, whatever witchcraft, they know they don't belong. So it's like they have to use something to glamour themselves so that you would see them in a whole different light. And then it's almost like when they know that they have you, they can talk to you any old way. They can ask you for anything and you, oh sure, you give it to them, because they are not working by themselves. It's almost like that liquid courage. Sometimes people, before they talk, they have to get a drink first. So before they come to you, they talk to you, they know your weaknesses, they know your flaws, you know, you probably don't even know as much about them as they know about you, because they need to study you to know your weaknesses and use all of those things against you in the future. And then they're coming again with their glamour magic or their witchcraft, whatever they're doing, is like to dull your senses. And then they can lead you around like a puppet. And they know they have the upper hand. But I'm telling you, there is something about when the scales are falling from your eyes, when the chains are broken, when you finally say that prayer, when you cry out to heaven, when you have an epiphany, an awakening, where it's like you wake up from this sleep and it's like, what have I been doing with my life? Yes. Then you will see them for who they are. And they are mad. They are big mad, because they have no more control over your life. They can't control you. And you don't tolerate the disrespect anymore. You know you have boundaries. You can now stand up, speak up for yourself, because what they did, they used things to try to limit you, so you can't see them for who they really are. They disguise themselves. So it's like once they are exposed, yes, they're not going to be happy. Your inner child healing, you are the gift. So a lot of you, you know, when you left these connections too, you had to do the inner work, because a lot of us, the things that we struggle with as adults, these are needs that were not met when we were a child, a little girl or a little boy. Whatever the mommy, daddy issues are, the abandon, the rejection, the unworthy feeling, you know, that is like people just pass you over. You were told things, mean things. And then you realize you were with people who were treating you just the same, even though you thought you needed them, but they weren't helping you. It's like you were with them because, it's like everybody's swimming in the same pool. So it's like it dullen your senses too. Because when you don't know who you are, and it doesn't matter how old you are, because you still have a lot of people whose age is still up there and they don't know who they are. They're still being played with, still being toyed with, still think they need to be with a person or people in order to feel as if they belong. Thinking if they leave a connection or a relationship, they're finished with. Knowing that there is something. When Jesus says to pick up your cross and follow me, it's like he will make a way out of no way for you. You don't need to worry about, the stuff, because again, what is it? You're not getting anything from them anyway. For a lot of you, you are the one giving. And so you think that by giving of your time, yourself, your money, that makes you feel good. Because look, hey, it's like I can give to the less fortunate. It makes you feel a sense of, again, it's your ego being puffed up. Like you're king, you're Dan Dada, something. It gives you a high. But at the same time, it's like these people, they're using you, they're playing in your face, and you don't even know who you are. And at the end of the day, you will have to, one way or another, depart and leave these people. In death, what is it you're afraid of leaving? Your money. Well, I've never seen a bring truck behind a hearse before. And it's only what we do for God will last. Only what we do for God will last. So it's knowing you are the gift. The healing that you need to do, it's an inner child healing, is going back and facing those things that you were told, you were taught. Because it's the same way sometimes how men treat you or your mother figure treat you in your life. Then it's like sometimes you end up attracting a partner just like your parents. It's like if your mother is very deceptive, manipulative, then you may end up attracting people who are like that because you're unhealed yourself. You're broken too. If your father was toxic, abusive, a rolling stone, then guess what? As a girl, you may end up being attractive to a man who is like that too. We have keys on a ring. And because that's what you know, then that's what you think it's okay. It's the way you were programmed. That belief system is shedding all of those the ways of thinking. And again, if you're a generational curse breaker, that means there are things in your bloodline that needs to be corrected. That it need not go on. But again, God is not forcing anybody to do this work. You have to be open and willing to do this. But for those of you who are doing the work, who have been doing the work, divine God is proud of you. He's proud of you. And wow, the truth, expression, new perspective, seeing the truth, clear action, honesty. I'm telling you, it's like when these scales roll off of your eyes, oh my gosh, it's like the jackpot. I'm telling you, it's like, have you ever fallen asleep maybe in the daytime, and then when you wake up, you're like confused, like, where am I? It's like, what time is it? Should I be at work? Should I be doing this? It's like you jump up and it's like, wow. Yeah. And when this happens, those people are not happy. They are not happy when chains are broken. They are not happy when you see and you know who you are. They are not happy when you do the inner child healing. Whether you were abused in any form, rejected, told you're not gonna make it, you're worthless, all of this stuff. These are the things that play a big part in the way we live our life as adults today. So if you have a child or children, it's up to you to break those patterns, to speak life into them, teach them to use positive affirmations so that the mistakes that you have made, they don't have to go down that path as well. It's like doing that course correction because you know how it felt. And so you don't want to keep on. This is the purpose of breaking those generational curses so that your generation, your lineage after you, they will have a blessed life. They will be able to live their best life. And so, yes, it's the truth. Speaking it within yourself, seeing it. Being stuck in that hangman, and it's like, yes, the blood rushed to your brain and it's like, oh my goodness. And now you can speak your truth. You can speak your truth now. I mean, for some of you, this is the part that's even changing in your life because people are not used to you speaking the truth. At the back here, it's letting go. People are not used to you letting go. And then they want to hang on because, again, you are the lifeline. People are going to want to come back because they played with you thinking they could have you as their backup plan, their booty call. And then it's like when they come back, your change is like that person doesn't live here anymore. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy, I'm telling you. But again, it's your life, it's your body. And so you have a right, yes, 7 of Wands, to stand up for yourself, protect yourself, to do your healing, to go within, to know your worth. Chains are broken. Keep the bad people out and let the God people in. Because some people look good, but they're not good. So, it's like, let the good people in again. It's not seeing people from the physical, but from the spiritual. You're looking at the heart because you know what it's like to be bound. So what I'm saying, people will bring voodoo in your relationship when they want to have some soul tie to you to keep you chained up to them because you are their meal ticket. You are their backup plan, and this is why they may not even have a need to want to settle down because they believe that they have you under control. Because for what they are doing, you're supposed to be in this place. So when they're being around the world and they think they can always come back, because you'll be there waiting on them. So can you imagine when they come back, it's like you're loose. You break free. They're confused. They're scratching their head. This is not the way it's supposed to be. But this is what happens when you're really serious and you tell God, I'm ready for a change. Yes, then a change will happen for you. Because for a lot of you with the 9 of Wands, the wounded warrior, I'm telling you, being with these people, it's one thing after another. It's a lot of problem. And again, you had to hide who you are. People hurt your feelings. And you don't even know why you can't leave, why you keep tolerating certain things. But then finally, when you have the nerve to do it, thank God you didn't break under the pressure. 9 of Wands, before that last one came in, you say, you know what? Enough is enough. You rip the mask off and you saw through it. You remove the rose-colored glasses and you saw life, or you're seeing it for what it is right now. And yes, they're going to miss you really bad, because for a lot of you, Two of Swords, you were not open to receive. You were confused at a crossroad. For a lot of you, for some of you, like I said, people wanted you to be like this. In your head, confused, trapped, not open to receive what God has for you. And it's like they want to keep you stuck in that little swamp, that little pig pen, that chicken coop with them, by keeping you stuck, by telling you lies, feeding your ego, boosting you to keep you trapped and stuck with them. Yeah, a lot of you, it's like Queen of Coins. This could be the person who actually betrayed you. For some of you, some of us, somebody who is greedy, they love money. It's like, this is Judas. They will sell anybody and anything, do anything strange for a little change. And like I said, for money, people will do anything, to get it. They want to stay connected to you for the money. This is why they think they can put chains on you, run all around with everybody else, party, whatever else they do. And then once they need money, they can come and you say, what have you done with, I just gave you or lent you so much money. What did you do? Then they'll embarrass you. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me. Are you going to give me the money or not? And then because you don't know who you are, and maybe you're afraid, whatever they're asking you for, it's like, are you going to give me a roof over my head? Something, whatever, stable. Because you're afraid of losing their friendships, then you cave in. Because it's for you, it's like it's better to have them than nothing at all. I mean, this is really sick when you think this kind of way. Some of you, this is the way you're thinking now. You're around people who are bleeding you dry. They're taking, they're stealing, they're betraying you. They have you as one of many. And yet still you're willing to engage in that kind of toxicity situationship. Again, this is somebody who, just really greedy and selfish, very materialistic as well. It's about the clothes, the things, the car. And so while you thought you were friends to them, again, they don't like you really. You're not even their type, to be honest with you. But again, it's the benefits. So while you're being kind to them, they hate you, and they're going behind your back laughing at you, laughing at us, how foolish, how silly we are, until you say that prayer and the chains are broken. Now they're out in the cold. Now the joke is on them. Now they know what it feels like. And they're gonna cry wolf and behave like the victim too, because now you're free. And whom the sun set free, finish that. You're free indeed. I love it. So yeah, so there were a lot of things going on under the moon, a lot of illusions. Some of you had to see through the illusions of what these people were doing. Like I said, people were doing things under the dark, in the dark, under the moon, doing witchcraft and all of these things. So on you, because you are the gift. And they were doing it from a place of your inner child. This is why sometimes when you meet people, they want to know about your childhood. They want to know about the things that happened in your life. Oh, why did you leave your last relationship? Because then they can use those things to get back at you. They do it. They use it to hurt you, to weaponize you. That's why they do it. It's like, you go on a date. How was your last relationship? It's like, okay, I'm moving on. Clearly, unless you're a player, but if you're going out on a date, I'm free, I'm single. Let's move on. The past is in the past. But I'm telling you, a lot of these toxic people who come into your life, they want to know everything about your trauma so they can use it to trigger you. So then that is like a way of like tasering you to get you quiet, to shut you up later on when they're trying to manipulate you. Oh, this is why this person left you. This is why nobody loves you. And then you feel as if they're the only one for you. So then you're going to give to them. You're going to be there for them at all costs. This is what they do. This is what narcissists do. This is how they abuse their power and they use it to hurt us. So it's like when people are asking questions and you're just giving out information, watch how that will play out for you. Not good. A lot of these people could have not wanted things to go fairly for you with the Justice card because they've been very jealous, competitive, envious too. They wanted you to be alone. But for a lot of you, like the Fool here, you took a leap of faith. And I'm telling you, with this leap of faith, you are now open for change. You are open for new. Even if it was fake families that you have to walk away from. You didn't take much with you, just the bare minimum. You had to walk away from them. You realize blood is not thicker than water. It's like water, please, water, please, because the blood thing is not working. And so with that, you're open to collaborating with new people, and to get this new blessing from God with this Ace of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. I love it for you. And whatever else that you've been praying for, God is working in and through that as well for you. Your stability, your home, your community with the Four of Wands. I'm loving it for you, loving it for us. Until next time, be blessed.